If you're concerned about spoilers for Silo, you should probably skip this reel. I want to talk a little bit about the central thematic question in season 1 and season 2 of Silo from my point of view. Certainly, I think there are many interpretations possible, and the showrunner would be the one who owns the interpretation that they created the show under, the umbrella of that particular interpretation. But what I gather, what I discern, from my viewing and my experiences and my particular interests, is that season 1 becomes about the pursuit of duty. Now, the duty takes two forms. One is duty as in abiding by the law or the pact in the case of the silo, and duty in pursuit of the truth, And that's what season 1 ends up being. And there is a consequence to pursuing truth, and that is what Rebecca Ferguson, her character Juliet, has to deal with. There is a central question driving, the play of this theme in this world and this set of characters and their relationships. And that question is very simple. What is out there? Is it utopia or is it dystopia? And answering that question is illegal according to the pact, because the answer is known. The pact tells you what the answer is. And not trusting that answer is essentially criminal. But the human curiosity is something else, And so that becomes season 1. And at the end, when Juliet, Rebecca Ferguson's character, makes her way out, she figures out the truth and faces the consequences. The truth is often not what we think it might be. It is not as simple as utopia or dystopia. And she does find a version of the truth, and we don't yet know exactly what it all means, but she has to deal with the consequences of being out there on her own, not being part of a community. The lone wolf dies while the pack survives. Is that concept. And I think as an awakening for her, as she figures out the consequences, there is a sense of responsibility that comes with it. And that is what leads her to make the decisions that she makes. But season 2 starts to then layer in the idea of memory, and this thought that our memory, both our individual memory and our collective memory, is so important to the idea of truth itself, to the idea of doctrine, and duty. And what happens if this memory is erased? What happens if we lose, the human discoveries that have been discovered to this point in time? I often think about what would happen if all of the knowledge about quantum mechanics is just lost. Would we need to come up with another Einstein to rediscover everything? So it's a fundamentally incredibly beautiful question that Silo brings up, and I love what they're talking about. Definitely the realm of so much of my own work as well. And so season 3, and if you haven't caught up to the second episode, which is how far I've gotten into it, really starts to deal with this idea of memory in a very direct way. Very direct way. What is truth if we don't have our memory? Is truth what is said to us, what is shown to us? Is there a form of truth that we can feel in our gut, that we can pursue and find? These are amazing questions, and I'm looking forward to the rest of season 3. All right, as always, a very quick plug for my 2 films, streaming now on Amazon Prime. Love, Love, Fractures, which is an anthology of 9 short films that talk about love at the point of its fracture. Because, like truth, love is an interesting concept as well, and quite hard to pin down. And the other film is Love Love, which is a romantic comedy and also deals with the idea of like, what is love? How do you know it's love? So you can see that both of these films, they're not really sequels or anything, but they're thematically related. And I hope you check them out. Amazon Prime, Love Love Fractures, and Love Love.